Hi guys, so good evening, welcome back to my magical world. I am Frostbite, and if you're new to my channel, congratulations for, um, finding me. So, it's 8:08 in the evening, and today is August 30, 2021. Ay, 2023, I'm so sorry about that. So, there's a lot in my head right now. So, it's August 30, 2023. Okay, so, bilis, no? Yeah. So, make the most of your time here on this planet because, we only have, let's just say 100 years here, and the rest is for the next generation. So, you may always think that you have time, but everything is limited. Like as of this moment, that you haven't received your gifts yet. You know, uh, celestial gifts. So, so guys, let's start. Don't worry about what I say. If you don't understand, I mean, that's okay. Okay, so we're going to read 149 and 150 of the book flow. I'm feeling better now. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Um, I'm feeling sane. The past few days, few weeks is a little bit I don't know. I don't understand also. So there are times like that, like I don't know what am I feeling or something like that. Like it's just like yesterday I feel so agitated and irritated. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. Yeah. They say like lots of planets are in retrograde right now, so maybe that is one reason. Also, there's full moon ahead, so yeah, the phase of the moon affects us. So by this time, you should know that, and if you don't believe in that, um, it's your fault. You don't have deep knowledge into those things. Okay, so that's why I'm here. Okay, subscribe, diba? So now he was really ready. Even in the middle of the night, just by touching two switches, he could surround his house with fans of water, light, and color. Jojo is a rare example of what it means to have an autotelic personality or the ability to create flow experiences even in the most barren environment. An almost inhumane workplace, a weed infested urban neighborhood. In the entire railroad plant, Joe appeared to be the only man who had a vision to perceive challenging opportunities for action. The rest of the welders we interviewed regarded their jobs as burdens to be escaped as promptly as possible. And each evening, as soon as work stopped, they fanned out for the saloons that were strategically placed on every third corner of the grid of streets surrounding the factory. There to forget the dullness of the day with a beer and camaraderie. Then home for more beer in front of the TV, a brief skirmish with the wife, and the day, in all respects similar to each previous one, was over. So one might argue here that endorsing Joe's lifestyle over that of his fellow workers is reprehensibly elitist. After all, the guys in the saloon are having a good time, and who is to say that grubbing away in the backyard making rainbows is a better way to spend one's time? By the tenets of cultural relativism, the criticism would be justifiable, of course, but when one understands the enjoyment depends on increasing complexity, it is no longer possible to take such radical relativism seriously. So, the quality of experience of people who play with and transform the opportunities in their surroundings, as Joe did, is clearly more developed as well as more enjoyable than that of people who resign themselves to live within the constraints of the barren reality they believe they cannot alter. The view that work undertaken as a flow activity is the best way to fulfill human potentialities has been proposed often enough in the past by various religious and philosophical systems. The people imbued with Christian worldview of the Middle Ages, it made sense to say that peeling potatoes was just as important as building a cathedral, provided they were both done for the great glory of God. For Karl Marx, men and women constructed their being through productive activities. There is no human nature, he held, except that which we create through work. Work not only transforms the environment by building bridges across rivers and cultivating barren plains, it also transforms the worker from an animal guided by instincts into a conscious, goal-directed, skillful person. One of the most interesting examples of how the phenomenon of flow appeared to thinkers of earlier times in the concept of view referred to about 2,300 years ago when the writings of the Taoist scholar Wang Tzu. Yu is a synonym for the right way of following the path, or Tao. So we're kind of like in the Chinese what do you call this, culture? Yeah. So it has been translated into English as wandering, as walking without touching the ground, or as swimming, flying, and flowing. Wang Tzu believed that to you was the proper way to live, without concern of external rewards, spontaneously, with total commitment, in short, as a total autotelic experience. As an example of how to live by you, or how to flow, Wang Tzu presents in the inner chapters of the work which has come down to us bearing his name a parable of a humble worker. This character is Ting, a cook whose task was to butcher the meat of the court of Lord Yu of Wei. School children in Hong Kong and Taiwan still have to memorize Wang Tzu's description. Ting was cutting up an ox for Lord Wen Hui. At every touch of his hand, every heave of his shoulder, every move of his feet, every thrust of his knee, zip, zoop, he slithered the knife along with a zing, and all was in perfect rhythm, as though he were performing the dance of Mulberry Grove, or keeping time to the Ching Shu music. Okay? Breathe, guys. Breathe and take a sip of your... Hydrate yourself, guys. It's really good that if you are hearing my voice, although whatever the shit you are doing right now, I mean, it's okay to like, I'm just reminding you to drink your water, okay? Water. Electrolytes, your body needs that. So Lord Wen Hui was fascinated by how much flow means you, guys, okay? Why you? Yeah, his cook found in his work, and so he complimented Ting on his great skill, but Ting denied that it was a matter of skill. What I care about is the way which goes beyond skill. Then he described how he had achieved his superb performance. A sort of mystical, intuitive understanding of the anatomy of the ox, which allowed him to slice it to pieces with what appeared to be automatic ease. Perception and understanding have come to a stop, and spirit moves where it wants. Okay? So Ting's explanation may seem to imply that you and flow are the result of different kinds of processes. In fact, some critics have emphasized the differences, while flow is the result of conscious attempt to master challenges. You occurs when the individual gives up conscious mastery. In this sense, they see flow as an example of the Western search for optimal experience, which according to them is based on changing objective conditions. Okay, whereas you is an example of the Eastern approach, which disregards objective conditions entirely in favor of spiritual playfulness and the transcendence of actuality. But how is a person to achieve this transcendental experience and spiritual playfulness? In the same parable, Wang Tzu offers a valuable insights to answer these questions, an insight that has given rise to diametrically opposite interpretations. Okay, so tapos na tayo, guys. Ayan. Okay, so thank you guys for listening. Like, really, I'm so proud of you, because you know that it is not easy even like to finish a certain video right now, because of the short attention span that people have right now, because of social media, TikToks, and all of that. Like, you know, it makes people have that dopamine rush, you know that. So, um, you know, I really do appreciate that. I mean, my viewers to actually finish my videos. Okay, so we don't have chicken minute. Okay, I've been busy lately with things, many things. Wala pa naman nangyayaring something exciting, but I'm a little bit bored of life, like right now. So I hope it changes, but it's not like I still have time to do some fun thing, kasi I'm actually organizing, you know, my stability and career shit. So I'm still stabilizing that. I'm still not okay with things right now. So I don't know. I also don't know if this place is like good for me. So I don't know. The fire signs have this impulsive shit in their body and then in their being, that if they wanted to go, they will go. So do not test us, okay? Do not make us mad. So just saying. What else? I hope you guys are also doing good in life. The millennials, you know, this is the phase of their life where they can actually see people dying, like, you know, older people, older from us, right? So the people that are used to be there when we are in our younger years, like elementary days. What do you call this? Primary school. Yeah. So most of us are like living this earth realm already. So I hope wherever they are, uh, they will guide us, or they will guide you guys, which they are which are left, the people that they love, you know. I hope you guys were still being guided, okay, according to your purpose. Always remember that no matter how shit life can be for you, remember that it will pass. Like, it's just a phase. I guarantee you that if you are just like on a rock bottom right now, it's just a phase. You can do it, guys. I did it. I've accomplished insurmountable shit in life. So, not accomplish, it's not the word. I mean, overcome, like that. So, yeah. Yan, baka masobra naman ang aking pagkukwento. So, just here to say, I'll see you again, guys, tomorrow, and have a wonderful day. It's the end of the month, so clean your rooms. Okay, just a reminder to clean your rooms and your space, office space, bed space, home space, kasi we have to welcome the September month and the Ember month, the Burr months, yeah, the Burr months with such positivity and, you know, prosperity, love, all of that shit. Okay, so ayan, naputol yung hair ko. Na yung tali. So, gotta go, guys. So, I'll see you again. Rush na to, so hindi ko na masyado. Alam nyo na yan, guys. Ha? Bye!